Hello, Ryan. Welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson. I am channeling the man in the moon. I want to look at three political topics today, and they are, the Supreme Court is looking at obstruction of an official proceeding and is going to decide whether that is, really a law. A bunch of January 6ers are already in jail because they obstructed this proceeding, and Trump is one of the charges against him. Probably won't make much difference for Trump because there are many other charges, but for some of these people, they will walk. I want to see what they're going to do. And question number two is, I kind of answered this already, but I'm really curious to see if Trump can keep quiet. The best thing about these trials is that Trump has to sit and listen, and he doesn't get to stir the pot. The third question will be, will his bond be rejected? Trump's got like a subprime guy supporting his bond. It's starting to look a little bit hokey. So let's see what we get here. First of all, the obstruction of the official proceeding. God, just really dislike these people on the Supreme Court. And so here is Amy Coney Barrett, and she's literally thumbing her nose. She's just like, oh yeah, how can we get around this one? There just doesn't seem to be any call for justice here. Excuse me while I adjust my chair. Um, hmm. So I see what she's thinking. And it's somewhat reflected in the other Republicans. Hmm. Roberts isn't so sure. Again, he's very worried about the perceptions. People will presume, rightly, that this is really just to benefit Trump. It's political, not legal. Gorsuch is also not so sure. Alito, he'll just do whatever benefits the Republicans, as will Clarence Thomas, Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh is a little bit hedging. He's not so sure that he wants to be perceived in this way. So it's interesting. Some of these justices, they couldn't care less how they are perceived. They are partisan. They know they are partisan, and they want to be partisan. They want people to know that they are partisan because those are the people that put them there and supported them. But Gorsuch is not so sure. Kavanaugh is not so sure. And Roberts is saying no. It might come down to a pretty close vote. So I'm going to take a look at Gorsuch. Are you going to go yes or no? It's very ambiguous. So let me be clear. Gorsuch, are you going to undo this law? He's fairly certain yes. Kavanaugh is fairly certain no. And Roberts says no. So I think the law might just barely be maintained, and a 5-4 vote. The Dems is obvious which way they're going to vote because it's pretty obvious the way that you should vote. The only reason that they are going to maintain this law is just because of the perception. They don't care about the law. They care how they are perceived. So keep in mind our pressure, the social pressure that is on them is to some degree maintaining the law. If we didn't care, they would go ahead and just axe it. So it looks like I see an unhappy Trump. So I think that it won't quite pass, that they would undermine that law. Let's see if Trump can keep quiet. And by the way, there's very funny stories about Trump in the courtroom. Apparently, he has really, really, really bad gas. So the lawyers are having some issues with him. Boy, do I feel sorry for those lawyers. Not. Let's see. There he is, heating up the room. Just be glad you didn't have to be anywhere near this man. Here he is, and it's like he's just exploding. It makes me think of like the blueberry girl in Willy Wonka, just like getting bigger and bigger, and more and more full of air. There's a lot of irony here, but yeah, it's very orange. Yeah, there's that South American painter who always makes people look fat and doughy. He kind of looks like that. Mm. And I'll just ask straight up, are you going to be able to keep quiet? It's pretty much like he's screaming at me, heck no, I'm not going to keep quiet. All right, let's just check what else is happening. Something else is happening in the courtroom while he's doing that. The judge is getting seriously angry. Hmm. Again, I think it will land Trump in jail. I keep seeing, it's like almost like a portcullis, like a jail. Oh, when he opens his mouth, it's like this fence lands right in front of him, and it looks just like a jail cell. I see the judge saying, not in my courtroom, you won't. You don't intimidate me. Is there anything else around that? Might be just one night in jail or some kind of short time to get him the message. Believe me, that won't slow him down. He is trying to get himself in jail so that he'll raise money. So the judge is in this weird position of not wanting to help him, but having to maintain the sanctity of the justice system. Yeah, count on the judge to do the right thing. I feel very good about the judge holding the line and being fair and honest and following the law. So the last question is, will his bond be accepted? Hmm. Very funny image. Trump is standing next to somebody who has a chocolate bar, and they keep eating the chocolate bar, and they're not sharing with Donald. So they take a little more of the wrapper off. They're taking another bite, and Donald's just getting angrier and angrier. So, this is costing Donald, even if he gets this bond, it's going to cost him a fortune. Oh, here comes Letitia James. She takes the candy bar away. She's like, you're not eating candy here. She takes the candy bar and she throws it away. No candy for you guys. Well, and it's just like when your mom comes and does that, and she says, "No, you have not. That's enough candy. You won't be eating anymore. I'm your mom, and you need to do what I say." It's like they're like a pair of spoiled little children. Mm, I want my candy. They're like children throwing a temper tantrum in a grocery store, and she's just not having it. She just keeps shopping. So will the bond land successfully? Letitia says no. She's just leaving them to throw a tantrum, and she just keeps shopping. Just buying lots of healthy food. And she's like, that's what we're having for dinner. No dessert tonight. That only is for well-behaved children. Now they're now the children are fighting each other. The children being Donald and the loan shark beating each other up. Now the loan shark has got something out of Donald. If nothing else, like some kind of weird pleasure out of it. So the loan shark stands up and smiles. Don looks like, a puddle on the floor. Someone comes and literally resuscitates Donald Trump on the floor. It's not a friendly thing they're doing. They're just like, get up. Here's the electric shock. Boom, get up. And he looks like a wreck. He's just absolutely haggard. He's a mess. So I can't tell, is it? I'm seeing Letitia again. So Letitia, did the bond succeed? She's kind of saying, I don't know. But Trump looks quite desperate, like he's trying to find someone else. He might be trying to get money from foreign powers. He looks desperate. So once more, Spirit, is he going to get this bond through? I think a lot of images, but is he going to get the bond through? I'm going to say no. I don't think that he's able to manage this bond. I don't think this is entirely clear yet. I think there are a few things that have to happen in the universe before we know more, but it does not look like the bond is successful. Letitia seems completely like, whatever. She doesn't seem upset or anything. It, first of all, I think she's enjoying the process because it is bringing him down. And I don't mean the real Letitia, the Letitia in my mind. Hmm, more on this bond. She says, no, he won't make it. Now, as this moment is sitting, I don't know who's in charge of the bond. I'm not sure if it even involves Letitia James or she's just showed up as the messenger here. But she's the one that's telling me he's not going to make it. And Trump is showing his empty pockets. So I don't think that he will. Thanks so much for watching.